Hello everyone, my name is Robert Buchanan, and I'm the founder of ADHERE Technology Corporation. In 2018, I moved to Portland, Oregon to found the company. No housing, no jobs. Just a dream in my back pocket to swing to the very face of luggage to redefine it. I'm here today to share with you the future of how you're going to travel when it comes to luggage. In 1969, we took a rocket to the moon. 50 years later, we're now aiming for Mars. But our luggage hasn't changed. So the same box, same wheel, same handles. What if we could make it, build it different, stronger, lighter, cleaner? What if it was smarter? Yeah, I skipped a whole, 2 sentences. But yeah.
The sentence you skipped were around traction.
Yeah, it was traction. We were working directly with Autodesk Inc. on our conversations with JetBlue, Travelocity, and Air Asia. Kind of a big line. ADHERE prototype program, it's going really well. We just got done practicing our pitch virtually with a few advisors. It went very well. My tooth is just killing me though. I'm trying to figure out how to get a root canal. I got this pitch competition that's in like 5 days, and then I have a 2-week gap until the final round. So my goal is to figure out if it's possible to get a root canal right after I pitch, and then give myself that 2 weeks of practicing and recovery before the big day. Your prototype program, it is Saturday. We spent the morning hanging out with the boys and also working on the website. We set up our office pretty much in the boys' room now, so kind of figured get to hang out a little bit and also get work done. And then on the things that you really need to focus, peace and quiet, then you can figure that out. But all the other stuff like website revamp and social media, you can do that with other people around. However, I am in my mobile office right now, aka the car, because I am practicing my pitch. So, you got to do whatever it takes, right? You got to just find those spaces. Libraries aren't open right now because of COVID. The next best thing was, pretty much hopping in the car and saying, okay, it's quiet, windows up, the engine off. It's getting a little stuffy, but that's all right. And then just hammer it out and practice, right? And just get as much recording as you can. ADHERE prototype program, we're sitting here getting ready for our pitch competition that's in Bend. While we're practicing out loud, we're also installing a dishwasher. So yeah, some days you're a plumber. It's just the way it is. Everybody's got a daytime job that they got to do to keep the family afloat, put food on the table, and of course fuel that ADHERE model, making sure that we make good traction, good progress. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of doing a turn, getting this one of these units up to par, getting it looking nice and sexy. Yeah, we're gonna practice our pitch while we're knee deep in some plumbing parts. So just wanted everybody to know, sometimes you just gotta multitask, right? Learn how to multitask really good. Do 2, 3, 4, 5 things at once. ADHERE prototype program, we are off to Bend. We left at around 7 o'clock, woke up at 6. Started waking up at 5:30, but actually got up at 6. So we got everything packed up in the car, loaded. We stopped, did a few things for the trip. Yeah, now we're heading out, but we had everything set up on our GPS and where to go, but for whatever reason, Google Maps decided to change the route, and it's the route that we didn't want to take. So now we're on this route that wasn't supposed to happen because of the wildfires. The good news is, ran into one of the grocery stores and hooked up to some Wi-Fi, and it looks like the route is open right now. So we brought all our maps with us. They're kind of useless because we're not even on the right route. But yeah, I guess as long as it's open, it's fine. But yeah, we're trying to avoid most of those wildfire routes. All right. join ADHERE prototype program. We are getting ready for our VEND pitch. So we're first in line to give our pitch. We're gonna get dressed. We got our suit in the back. We didn't have a suit bag, so we use a garbage bag to keep it protected. We got our suit in the back. We're about to go change in this JCPenney's. Then we're gonna wire up Eva and get her ready. She's got to charge the phones a little bit, and then we're gonna head over there. Probably, they said be there by 3:45, so we'll probably be there by like 3:15, just to get set up and practice and kind of see, like, scope out, you know, what's it look like, what's the landscape. So yeah, get excited. We'll do a couple more videos before we give this pitch, and then 3 minutes by 4:45, I will have changed my stars. By 4:45, I will have changed my stars. So we'll catch up with you guys later. Figure out. Here's your prototype program. We just got our glasses fogging up. Just got our parking spot we're looking for. Now we're gonna head in, just kind of scope it out, see what it looks like. We're about an hour and 20 minutes early, but it's okay, that's how we roll. All right, we're gonna get set up. Giant tote looking like Pursuit of Happiness right now.
He is deploying shared use luggage and travel gear for passengers to create a safer and cleaner environment for their personal items. Please welcome Robert. Where are you, Robert?
In 1969, we took a rocket to the moon. 50 years later, we're not aiming for Mars, but our luggage hasn't changed yet. So the same box, the same wheels, the same handles. What if we could make it stronger, lighter, cleaner? What if it was smarter? Hello everyone, my name is Robert Buchanan. I'm the founder of ADHERE Technology. I'm here today to share with you the future of how you're going to travel with luggage. Now, our company is focused on the deployment of a shared-use smart luggage network for passengers. When developing the luggage for this network, we're focused on 4 fundamental questions that just absolutely plague travel. What's inside? Where is it going? How much does it weigh? Is it clean? Our solutions: smart cameras, smart GPS, smart weight models, smart UVC ultraviolet light, all encapsulated in a clean, sophisticated shell, 10 times stronger and half the weight of traditional luggage. This is the luggage we're meant to have in the 21st century. Now, the market is positioned extraordinarily well for these innovations. Travel as a whole is a $7 trillion industry with a volume of 2.6 million passengers per day. Now, I know what you're thinking, what about COVID? Despite COVID, we're still clocking in at 1 million passengers per day. It's 365 million people in a year. More than enough volume to see a shared use model do extraordinarily well. So who's our target customer? We're aiming for the business class first. They make up 28% of the market, traveling 3 to 5 days per trip, 6 to 9 trips per month. Collectively, they account for almost 75% of profits. So what's our go-to-market strategy? It's a shared use B2B model. For $9.99 per passenger per day, a company can offer this smart luggage as a travel work perk to its employees. What's clever is that you'll pick it up and drop it off from where you work. No changes in your routine. The luggage itself is designed for 52 cycles with a 5-year shelf life and a corresponding maintenance plan. With shared use, we can take a sophisticated device and make it affordable and accessible to the average passenger. Hospitality, rental cars, airports, airplanes, heck, even our restaurants, all shared use networks in travel. So let's talk traction. We have a working prototype. Our next steps are to produce a refined version, slim it down by 70%, produce 100 units, and enter it into our pilot testing program, which will focus on PDX and LAX Airport. We're working directly with Autodesk Inc. and are in direct conversations with JetBlue, Travelocity, AirAsia, and many of the facets of the government. Our team is made up of a collection of professionals with a background from NASA, Intel, Disney, Michelin, Hyatt Resorts, and PDX Airport. In summary, ADHERE technology is here to ensure that those that frequently travel are equipped with the very best tools needed to navigate their experience safely. Thank you.
Yeah, that is awesome, thank you. So tell me what it's like for tell me what it's like for me. Am I picking up a bag at work, taking it home, or is this all concierge? Just explain a little more of the user experience.
Absolutely. Being the shared use, so you would pick it up and drop it off at work. So it was designed so that it could be very easy to access, especially something that size. We looked at a lot of different models like Redbox and some other areas to really make sure that that experience was seamlessly integrated into your daily routine. So.
And we talked about how today when you take a smart bag to the airport, they pretty much just hassle you about it from the minute you walk in the door until the minute you get off the plane. How is this going to be different or better?
Absolutely, it's a great question. Our target and what we're doing now and what we'll continue to do is work directly with government entities. FAA, TSA, Homeland Security, those are our top priorities. That's fundamentally one of the biggest differences between us and other smart luggages. In terms of the battery capacity, working with them directly makes it very easy for us to ensure that we stay within compliance and not only meet their expectations but exceed what they're looking for. Our target is to ensure that working with them we can solve the problems that they have. And they do have some serious problems when it comes to passengers and travel and luggage. So.
Thanks, and Nitin, what's your question?
So explain I want to extend this out to the employer. So what kind of customer validation have you done and which employers have you talked to about this particular, I'm assuming they would offer this as a benefit to their employees. I mean, where would they store all this luggage? Who would manage and coordinate all of this? Can we talk about
Absolutely. So check-in and check-out is through the application that's linked to the device. So you would reserve it with the app, and then you'd also be able to pick it up using the app as the identifier and print it to you throughout your trip. Going back to the office structure, so all we need is 75 square feet in order to retrofit basically your standard closet for these things to be stored. Each luggage touches 100 people, so in terms of how many do you need for a company, it doesn't take that many. A lot of times you're not traveling at the same time. So based on the number of employees that travel and the frequency of that travel, we can determine how many luggage sets they actually need on site.
So how many employers do you talk to?
Yes, so we've talked to about 10 at this point. The first 5 are definitely our top guys. Our number 1 is Autodesk Inc. because we have a strong relationship with them. And what we're doing now is we're compiling those lists of all the companies that are interested in offering this type of benefit to their employees, especially on the health front, given the UBC is built in.
And how does it work for employers who have employees now that are completely virtual and they decide post-COVID that they don't want them back? For example, Twitter and some of these large employers have already told them they can stay work from home forever.
Yeah, that's a great question. So statistically, we're at 50% staff back, and so that leaves another 50% that's up in the air. Let's just say, maybe half of that comes back, maybe not. The jobs that did leave, a lot of them were capable of working from home from the get-go, and so they weren't really part of that traveling group. But even with the 50% we're at right now, knowing that we have almost 1 billion people that travel just domestically in our country, it's still 500 million people in our travel this year. So more than enough opportunity to make something like this work.
Thanks, great questions from our judges. Any questions from the audience tonight? Any questions? You mentioned the UVC. Can you tell us just a little bit more about that?
Actually, yeah, absolutely. So it's ultraviolet light, UVC. We're actually also working on seeing if there's some UVA that we can put into it. But it's an on-demand type of feature that's made to sterilize, the items that are inside the luggage to mitigate some of that exposure that happens knowing that people bring personal belongings into a public space. We also have the outside is designed to be this double-coated TPU, which is a naturally antiseptic material, so during luggage handling in that process, that the germs can try to mitigate that exposure as well for passengers.
Very, very cool. Have any questions come up from the audience? When did you get the idea for this? Is this personal for you?
Yeah, it's personal. I've personally been a diabetic my entire life, insulin dependent, and after like decades of going through that, I had to learn how to pack and track and organize, and eventually it went from a challenge to becoming like a skill and then like a niche. So decades later now, I'm kind of putting those things
Well,
into
that's a
sport.
very cool idea, and we're really glad to have you. It's a beautiful pitch. So thanks for being here, Robert, and I wish you the best of luck.
Your prototype program. So we made it back safely, got through the wildfires, got through all the fog, got through all the rain, got through the mountains, got through the dark. So made it back from the Bend semifinals. We did make it to the finals, so we're super excited about that. Matter of fact, it didn't even like really sink in until halfway through my drive. It was like such a surreal moment. BVC has been one of those conferences that I've been like dreaming about for a couple of years now. I remember I was sitting in Ohio and I was going through the different magazines, and I remember A. McMinnville came up in one of the ads in the magazine, and I told myself there's something about being out in Oregon is where I need to be. I was all the way in Ohio on the East Coast. And so at that moment I was set. I tore that page out, I was set. I'm moving to Oregon, and not more than a year later I was out here. As the speech goes, no housing, no job, and that's totally legit. I didn't have any money, any housing, any job, just some clothes and a few other things. You know, there wasn't a lot left over after the hurricane. And I told myself when I got out here I would just figure it out, you know, I'd just make it work. So yeah, it was a lot of bouncing around motels and, you know, different places, just trying to get by and get that job. It only lasted for about 2 weeks, and I was able to find something that worked out. But yeah. Your prototype program, man, it was hot. It's amazing. I'm in a car, in a church parking lot, just kind of like practicing the pitch. But it's amazing when you turn off the air without the air circulating, how hot it gets in here. You know, so you start sweating trying to practice. So yeah, we're just practicing our pitch, trying to get some recordings done. We've got our dental appointment tomorrow, you know, for the surgery that we're having. So I wanted to get as much recorded as possible. We've got some pretty big meetings on Thursday and Friday this week, and you know, the appointment is Wednesday, so we're hoping we're healed up enough. Gosh, it sounds so tight, it's a window. It's like 12 hours before the next meeting. So we're hoping at least by Friday to be healed up enough to be able to talk. I don't know if we'll be able to pitch on Friday. You know, we'll try. You know, there's no question about it. We'll try. But we'll have the recordings as a backup so they can listen to the recording, kind of match it up with the slides, and hopefully at that point be able to put together, you know, where we're at with things. And then by Monday, we look to be fully healed and ready to hit the ground running to keep practicing, keep pitching out loud. Either way, it's good to get it recorded so we can listen to it, you know, and practice getting that imprinted on our brain and all that good stuff. So yeah, busy day today, busy day tomorrow, this week, next couple of weeks, it's gonna be crazy. But we're gonna go win. No offense to the competition. I'm sure, you know, I know, actually I've heard everybody, they're very good. They're very good. But we do want to win. We do. I have such a long list of reasons on why I have to win. You know, I have to win. I have to. You know, we didn't go through all those different moments, right? To not win. You know, like there's no way. You know, I'm gonna get a little deep here, but you know, we went through a hurricane, my family, we lost everything. You know, we were bouncing around people's places to live. You know, then I was sleeping in my truck for about, you know, a month and a half before finally moving out to Portland, Oregon. And even then, no housing, no job, you know, just a one-way flight out here to start the company. and then, you know, scraping by to find something to be able to get the family out here. You know, all those different moments, and constantly hammering down on this business to develop the plan, the product, you know, like how are we going to do this? You know, what kind of people are needed? We didn't get this far, and I say we because it takes a supportive team behind me, you know, to get this far and not win. Yeah, we're gonna win. So with that, we'll check in with you guys later. Enjoy your night. ADHERE out. ADHERE prototype program. It's Wednesday at 5 o'clock. We're out getting our walk in. I told myself this morning I had the dental surgery, and I said, you can have a morning, but you won't have the day. I wasn't gonna give up a whole day. There's no way. It's too valuable to me. So I'm out getting my workout in. I already worked for about 4 hours, and I got another 8 hours left in me before the day is over. We'll probably stay up until about 2 in the morning and crank out a few things I've got some deadlines for. It's just mind over matter. It's really what it comes down to. Is there pain? Yeah, my mouth is kicking my ass right now. Right, and that's with some medication, but at the end of the day, we got 2 weeks until we're given the stage for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We're gonna have the stage, and we want to make sure that we're ready for that 5 minutes, that we give it everything we've got, every ounce of effort, all the way up into that moment to deliver the best possible speech that we could possibly deliver in that 5 minutes. So just want everybody to know we're all in. You know, we're all in. Doesn't matter how much pain there is, doesn't matter how difficult the situation is. We're all in. We'll catch up with you guys later. ADHERE out. ADHERE prototype program. So it is about 5 days before the big event. What we had to do is we had to somehow take all the tech that we had and kind of create some sort of simulated experience of what it would be like to be on that stage, practice with the lights in your face, the sound. We also had some big meetings coming up, and so we really wanted to figure out how to present, you know, in a way that you could kind of like see the whole body, or at least half the torso. So just having done research, you know, those get-ups cost like 5-10 grand, sometimes even like 20-30 grand. We didn't have that, so we just pieced together everything we could, from microphones to speakers to, you know, old school lights. You know, we needed timers up so we knew if we were practicing a pitch or giving a pitch to somebody, that we had the timer up to make sure we stay on schedule. So yeah, this is kind of where so behind me you can see we've got the big screen. These are actually just the Elmer's boxes. See? Yeah? So these are actually just the Elmer's boxes behind us that cost like $3, or cardboard boxes that are painted white. And we just did a blue tape border, so it made it simulate like it's a movie screen, and you can see it's got our projected image on it. And then this is our setup. So we built a shelf here and this is the toy room, by the way. You can kind of see that. We built a shelf, and then we installed some old school speakers, like 20 years old, for better audio so that we can hear when people talk to us. And then we also did a brand new microphone speaker but it's for podcasts, so that's pretty awesome. Old school tripod with an old smartphone. I downloaded a smart app onto it. We also got a lot of bright lights, as you can see, a secondary timer over there, as well as video recording, and then the primary laptop so that we could actually stream our PowerPoint presentation from this laptop. They can see us, we can see them, but behind you can also see the PowerPoint presentation on that side too. So yeah, overall it looks like it's a pretty good setup. You know, we ran one cord for power and then ran a surge protector up top to power everything else. Yeah, a lot of work to be prepared for this. Just wanted to document, you know, how serious we're taking this. You know, we're going there to win, you know, and so we want to feel that moment over and over again for the next 5 days, and you know, just capitalize on it and conquer it. You know, like conquer that feeling. And just get rid of any fears of fear, any feelings of fear that creep in there in that moment. Just like practice, right? So with that, we'll check with everybody later. So don't forget 15th to 16th, Bend VVC Conference. We're in the finals, top 5 companies. We're gonna get up there on the stage and we're gonna rock it out. Get ADHERE out. ADHERE prototype program. We are, man, it's about 9 o'clock at night. We're in the car, our mobile office. We're working on the final pitch for the BBC finals for the stage. Yeah, just trying to hammer in on this this first paragraph, but it was last to finally get worked out. And I think we finally found something that looks like that it flows nicely. It does feel right to me. It took about a stack this thick of different iterations to finally get this thing hammered out. But I think we've got something after talking probably with like 30 or 40 different people and critiques. I think we've got something here. But yeah, we're only, today is the was it the 10th, so about 6 days away. Actually probably 4 days if you really want to look at it, because the 5th day is rehearsal and then the 6th day is actually the event. So we're real close, not only in the event, but we're really close on getting this hammered into. We're working on a recording so we can listen to it throughout the night and throughout the day while we're doing other things, and just keep it imprinted on our brain. But it's going well. It's going well. It is a little stressful. There's a lot of pressure. No question about it. There's a lot of pressure. Just between family and, you know, really need, want, positioning for, working towards, however way you want to say it, this opportunity to happen, you know, for so many reasons. And I think that's important. I think it's important when you go for something to not only need it for one reason. Like, oh, I need more money, or I need to do this, and I have one reason on your list. I think you have to have lots of reasons, because the more reasons on your list to do it, the more you're gonna get it done, right? It's just there's my kids, there's me, there's diabetes, there's my wife, there's having a home after everything that happened with the hurricane and everything. It's being able to provide, it's being able to do something with all these different developed aptitudes from being diabetic for 25 years. And I think at the end of the day, that list has to be very compelling to yourself, inside you, and you have to believe it. It's more than just saying it to yourself. You have to literally believe it, and you believe it through your actions on committing to getting that thing done at all costs. So the next 4 days are gonna be really tight. We've got a lot of video editing to do, because we're trying to make sure we also launch some campaigns on different social media platforms, showcasing that new prototype. We've also just got a lot of people to reach out to, for potential investors and such. So yeah, there's a lot of different things. We've got a few big interviews coming up this week on Monday and Wednesday. But we're ready. We're ready. We want to make this the best show that we could possibly put on. We want to represent, the team the best way possible. And we want to show to those potential investors that we are the ones to get this done, and that it's exciting. That you want to see this get done. You want to see travel change in a way that is so beautiful. Technologically change. It's like not wanting to see the phone, change, and you still have like the cup on your ear with the string. You're like, no, I don't want to see it change. I like the cup with the string. It's like, no, you want to see it change, because it's so amazing what comes next. And that's how I feel about travel, and I know that's how my team feels. And so we're excited about these opportunities this week, excited about this, getting up on the stage. To have anybody even just give you a stage for a couple minutes is like such a surreal opportunity, such a blessing, such a amazing thing to be able to have for that moment, to have people's attention for 3 minutes, right? So we're gonna make the most of it, and we'll keep giving you guys an update and letting you know what's going on. ADHERE Gear out. ADHERE Gear prototype program, it is like 3 days until BBC finals. We're hammering away at this intro. We finally came up with we spent so much time to get the pitch to the right place, right? And then we kept narrowing it down. It kept working its way towards the intro. And then it came down to like literally the first sentence of like getting that first sentence correct. Because see, this is how many different iterations that it's taken. And what's funny, it's only 1 page long, right? Like that's it. But all these different iterations to get it hammered out and find the right words and find the right places for pauses, because you get 3 minutes, and I just keep telling myself I want to use every second, and in some cases every millisecond if it's a tone fluctuation or pause. So it's definitely a heavy weight to pull this off, but I got an opportunity of somebody who's allowing us to have the chance to get on the stage and present what we've done and where we're going and what we're doing right now. And that's such a rare opportunity, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to tell myself I didn't do everything I could in that moment to put it all out there. The opportunity to put it all out there and just see what are the results. What does everybody think? So we're all in on this. Like, we're giving it the best that we could possibly come up with, for all this, and we just want to make sure that we give it everything we got. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So we're gonna keep hammering away. We've got it on loop, so we're listening to it on recording on our phones so that we can always, when we're in downtime working on something else, just listen to the speech. And then we're also going to keep practicing the pitch in front of the laptop and stuff. So we'll keep doing updates later and let everybody know how it goes. All right, ADHERE out. ADHERE Gear prototype program. I am sitting here.
Your speech.
Oh yeah, you got my speech. Sitting here with my son. Say hi, Bobs.
Hi.
We are checking out Wally and Eva right now. As you can see, we're packing up for the big day. It's kind of a mess right now.
And we could pack it up with the competition.
The competition. So it's kind of a mess right now as we get everything all packed up. We're barely able to fit everything into one car, so it's going to be kind of tight with 3 sets of luggage, plus 2 boys and 2 car seats, and then all the normal stuff that you would take on a trip. The good news is I realized that being that it's luggage, that I could actually put stuff in the luggage. So that did save a lot of space to pack up the luggage, the smart luggage with stuff. So yeah, we're pretty excited. We've got the speech down pretty good. Got the Q&A down pretty good. Feel pretty confident. ADHERE Gear prototype program. We are headed to the finals. Today is the big day. Tomorrow is actually when we're getting our pitch, but we're going to go do our dress rehearsal right now. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Got up around 5:45. Didn't really sleep all night, just rested. You know how that is, rehearsing all the questions in their head subconsciously. But we're ready to go. We're ready to hit this hard. We're excited. We're going to hit a grand slam on this one. There's no question about we're going to hit a grand slam. So we'll see what the general public thinks. It's probably a couple hundred to 800 people listening. Not sure exactly on the number, but it's good enough, right? It's enough. Everything that's happening right now is enough for me to keep going. So we'll give you guys an update later. I got a nice little tie. I'm actually freezing my butt off right now. I didn't realize how cold it is in Bend. And I get in the car and it says ice may be possible, on the little screen. So that was kind of like, oh, okay. That's not cool because I did not bring a winter coat with me. So, but yeah, we'll stick it out. It's probably better anyways, stay cool, calm and collected. So, but we'll give you guys an update later. ADHERE Gear out.
Oh, sorry. Scan right. Okay, where's my slide? I see. see one that's this one that's like front-sided, second side, third side. This one,
The ADHERE prototype program, we are off to the finals. Yes, it's go time. We're in the zone, focused. Got everything we need up here. We got Yvonne Wally prototype sitting in the back in the trunk. We are dressed in our best attire and we are ready to deliver. So everybody get excited. This is the turning point. All right, it's go time. So like I said, we've got our name tag. Here we go. We are finalists. How about that? And about to go check everything out, see if the door is locked, see if anybody's here. Yeah, really. Like I said, we're ready to go. Trying to think what else I need to do, but let's go ahead and let's go see what's up, right? Get out of my Mercedes-Benz. Oh wait, no, it's a Chevy Malibu. My bad. I don't know. You know, I thought I had a Mercedes too. Old school, new school. Throwback.
While Robert's getting set up, I will say it has been a delight going through this process, as it always is. We had almost 40 people apply for this early stage track. This is the top 5. I'm going to take off my mask, Evita style, like somebody else we know. And I'm delighted to introduce you to this very first one, Robert Buchanan.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. Have you ever lost your luggage? What a terrible experience it is, right? How about germs? COVID has certainly shown us the need for traveling clean, but is your luggage clean? With all these different moments of exposure, travel begs for the question of, can we do better? As an insulin-dependent diabetic since age 10, I've traveled for years learning to avoid these exact problems, and I can assure you, we can do better. For that reason, I'm here today to share with you the future of travel luggage. Now, my name is Robert Buchanan. I am the founder of ADHERE technology. Our company is focused on the deployment of a shared-use smart luggage network for passengers. In travel, we face some serious problems when it comes to our luggage. Exposure to a variety of germs, lost luggage, overweight fees, along with safety concerns in a public space. We found it all boils down to 4 basic questions. What's inside? Where's it going? How much does it weigh? And is it clean? ADHERE technology is eliminating these risks with one item we all use, luggage. With hardware and software on the inside, we're creating the opportunity to track luggage, know the weight in real time, and create a clean, safe space. In addition, our luggage is positioned to be 10 times stronger and half the weight of traditional luggage. This allows us to travel clean, safe, and sophisticated. Now, the market's positioned extremely well for these innovations. Travel as a whole is a $7 trillion industry with US luggage at $2.9 billion annually. Despite COVID, travel's not only coming back, it's coming back fast with 1 million passengers per day right now. More than enough volume to see a shared use model do extremely well. So who's our target customer? We're aiming for the business class first. They make up 28% of the market, traveling 3 to 5 days per trip, 6 to 9 trips per year. Collectively, they account for almost 75% of profits. So what's our go-to-market strategy? It's a shared use B2B model. For $9.99 per passenger per day, a company can offer the smart luggage as a travel work perk to its employees. What's clever is that you'll pick it up and drop it off from where you work. No change in routine. Okay, let's talk traction. We have a working prototype. Our next steps are to slim it down by 70%, produce 100 pilot test units, and deploy focusing on PDX and LAX airports. We're working directly with Autodesk Inc. and are in direct conversations with AirAsia, Travelocity, and JetBlue, just to name a few. Our team is made up of a collection of well-traveled professionals with exceptional experience from Hyatt Resorts, PDX Airport, NASA, Michelin, and Intel. In summary, we're not just here to change luggage. We're here to redefine it. With your investment, we can ensure that those that travel are equipped with the very best tools needed to navigate that experience safely and sustainably. Thank you.
Beautiful pitch.
Thanks, Robert. So shared use, so this means that I check my bag out from
Yes.
work. Okay.
Yes.
As a person who packs at 11 p.m. for my 6 a.m. flight, being able to take it home the night before sounds great. So why do I, as an employee, want to pick this bag rather than my beat-up carry-on that I'm used to carrying?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for starters, it is, if you love the luggage you have now, which is a lot of the case, right? You're gonna love what we're doing because it's 10 times better. Like everything is more robust in it, everything's stronger, it keeps your items sanitized and clean. No more having to worry about this emotional, like is my lost luggage gonna happen? There's just a lot of benefits that are great for the passenger, so.
And why does a company want to purchase this? How does it save the company time, or how does this create efficiencies for a big company?
Absolutely. So for sure, we're creating a sustainable model. So any company that's interested in looking at travel in general, how do we get it to a better health front and sustainability? That's a big pull for them. But on the passenger level and on the employee level, you want to offer your employees benefits that are going to help improve and position them for these business trips. This gives a lot of confidence as you travel that you're technologically equipped with the right tools. You're going to mitigate your exposure to germs. You're also going to know that your stuff, your personal business items, arrive at their destination. All these different pain points can be eliminated for that average business passenger.
So it seems like when I go to the airport, everybody from TSA to the airlines to the gate agent is in just a panic about the possibility that there may still be a battery in my away bag when I am getting on the plane. It seems like this is a big problem. But if yours is a smart bag, it must have a battery. So how are you getting around this general reluctance?
Yes, that's a fantastic question. The thing that's interesting with batteries is that our luggage is so tiny on the energy. It's a 5-volt system. It's very simplistic. TSA has 2 basic rules. One of them is 300 amp hours, as well as the ability for it to be removed. So their maximum is the equivalent to 36 cell phones. Our system that we have built is only equivalent to 6 cell phones. We're not even close to the extreme. The more important factor here, though, is that we're working with TSA and FAA, and we'll continue to do so. So by the time we get to market launch, everybody has given thumbs up and stamp of approval that this is what we need in our system, and we're ready to usher it in. So,
Shannon, are there any online questions?
Yes, actually, for ADHERE gear, how much do you think you'll ultimately need to raise to get ADHERE gear product into market?
That's a fantastic question. So $500,000 gets us to our 100 pilot test units, our 1,000 beta test units, and ultimately positions us for our 10,000 unit run. What's interesting about the impact of one luggage on shared use is one luggage has a stretch of 100 passengers in a year, versus traditionally our system we do now, luggage impacts 1 person in a year. So it doesn't take a lot of volume to actually see a big difference. 10,000 units hits 1 million passengers in a year. So.
And we have another question from the audience. Does it have charging ports for devices?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a USB port in the back, and the version that we're looking at to final for market, we're looking at wireless charging. You'll be able to just put your phone on it and then wirelessly charges.
Beautiful.
So Robert, as you go to market, what sort of company is going to be travel rich and big enough to to support a business like this? Who's your dream customer?
Yeah, I'll be totally honest. Nike has been on our list for a while. We've got a lot of great metrics on how often they travel. They are a very heavily traveled company. They are local to us. So we target the companies that do have essential needs to travel, especially domestic, as well as global. Another great one that we've been working with directly is Autodesk Inc. So I'd say those are our top 2 that we're definitely aiming for.
And this is a perfect question. Bend leads the country in remote workers. My company does not have a location where I travel from. How do you envision overcoming this scenario?
Yeah, so I think what they're asking is if I don't have a locker to go pick up my ADHERE gear
Is
suitcase
it like next
from?
to the
Like,
red
can
box?
I still, yeah,
Right.
can I still use it?
Yes, yes. So remote is something that definitely has come up, especially recently with COVID. We are 50% back in terms of a lot of the employees being back in the office. I've got my fair share of personal networks where some are still at home and some are at work now. So based on that volume, we track, just how many passengers are traveling, and 1 million per day is plenty. Looking at the remote side, our phase 2 is looking at leisure. And so that will make it way more accessible and not having to go to the office. But when we crunched the numbers, we found we're going to start and laser focused on the business class, build a great foundation on that, and then later on, 5 years from now, we'll expand into leisure travel. So.
And will you have rental stations in airports? So that could be another way to solve that problem.
Yes, so we totally have diagnosed a lot of the different business models. Your Blue Rhino, your U-Hauls, your Red Box. We priced out what does it take to create some of those kiosk type of machines for that experience. And we think it's a great for the leisure class once we reach that point. We also think that in terms of economically, the price will probably come down to $4.99 per day by the time we reach leisure. Again, there's way more volume available, so the price, the economics check out. So.
Robert, I don't check a bag very often, but I know part of what led you to work on this product was your own experience kind of being grossed out by what happens to a bag when it gets checked. And I'm curious, can you just tell us, how you came to this idea? What personal experience drove?
Yes, yeah, so it's a twofold answer. So again, going back to the origination for myself, being an insulin-dependent diabetic, for 25 years I've traveled, and it was always a pain to have my personal items always mishandled or exposed. And then things like COVID happen, and it kind of shows that is not an isolated issue just for somebody like a diabetic. Everybody experiences that. So that was the origination of it. But one of the interesting things that we did was we actually went to work at PDX Airport for the 3 a.m. shift. And we wanted to understand exactly how luggage moves throughout the process. So we got to witness and be in there in the trenches and moving these luggages and all these different cargo to see, okay, how much exposure happens, how does this need to be designed so they can really handle this environment and have a great wear layer for a 5-year shelf life on a shared use product. So yeah, it's between those two that we're building this awesome product that can really impact travel and make it sustainable. Great question.
Very cool. So imagine it is 7 years from now, which is ideally when I would like to get an exit from an investment. Who are you selling ADHERE gear to, or does it go public, or what happens?
Yes, fantastic question. We envision that's going to be an IPO exit strategy. We do also anticipate, though, that there will be some interesting luggage manufacturers right now, one of them probably being Samsonite, who will take a lot of interest. At the end of the day, though, given the volume of passengers every day that travel, and let's do a pre-COVID, it was 2.6 million. During COVID, we're at 1 million. It's about a 1.5 year recovery before we hit our 2.6 million again, and it's going to rise from there. There's more than enough business on a daily basis for all the luggage companies to still do their thing. So we think an IPO is going to be our best exit strategy. Yes.
So I think this question sort of elaborates on what you were just speaking to. Why would you not start with leisure and rental stations? What makes the business sector more attractive to your company?
Yes. So the business class is the most technologically savvy in terms of traveling. They're also, their frequency of travel is higher, that rate. So it's 6 to 9 times per year. The average leisure class passenger only travels for about 7 to 14 days, and it's only for 1 to 2 trips. So that volume drops. Yes, there's more of them, but we want to get that frequency going and really build the company off of that first. The economics work out better in terms of accessibility for a leisure class to have even easier access in the office, which is an automated kiosk. But those cost money, so we wanted to build a foundation first that was a very strong cash flow positive company, and then build on there to enter leisure. So 2 great opportunities, but we're focused on business class first.
Robert, you keep saying we. Who is on your team?
Yes. So we have Dr. Micah McCrae. He's a PhD in industrial engineering, fabrics, materials, science. Amazing professional individual with an expertise in what we need to do to ensure that we continue to hit our metrics on making sure it's 10 times stronger and half the weight of traditional luggage. Being that we're in the 21st century, we feel like there's an opportunity here to take luggage to that new place and kind of leave the old luggage in the 20th century. Raimundo Garcia has great experience, 10 years in distribution and sales, very critical to as we continue to evolve our model and build that foundation for the business class. So we've been compiling a lot of those lists of the companies in our 2 regions, PDX, Portland, as well as LA, given those are our focal points for right now, and he's been critical in assembling that. So.
Awesome. This last question just says, I want my own, which I don't think is a question. I mean, I know that.
I know. Is that just like a yes or a no, or meet me
same.
after class, or?
Same.
Robert, really beautiful pitch. Thank you so much. I wish you all the luck, and it's great to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.